thousands of listeners, bringing you the very best in Jewish music, Leil Shei Shei with yoely. And here's your host, Yoely Carr.
And good evening and welcome everybody to another great edition of Leil Shei Shei with yoely. My name is Yoely Carr. Tonight, we have a great show for you. In a little bit, we are going to be making contact with the one and only, the composer, lyricist, batchen, singer.
New on the scene.
No, it's his second album already.
But recently. But
No, in the Hasidic world, he's been out there for a while.
Okay, sorry about that.
With his release of his most recent album, Tov Shin Ayin Ches.
You know what it stands for?
Tov Shin Ayin Ches. Exactly. Here, we're going to be making contact with Mati Ilowitz a little bit later on in the show, talking about his new CD, new album. Very excited about that. Before we do, we have a lot of brand new music to get to.
We do?
Yes, we do. We are going to begin tonight's show with a rising star in Jewish music.
MT.
And he's not empty. He's full, all right.
Full of a lot of energy.
Full of a lot of energy and a lot of great voice and a lot of great... And he is...
If you didn't hear of this person beforehand...
You're going to hear of him. And
exactly.
he just released his first single.
So I gave him
and a
initials.
great music video.
What's his
great
name?
music video. And there's a video to this song. The name of this song is Bishvili, and we are going to debut for the first time here on J-Root Radio on Leil Shei Shei with yoely, the one and only Moshe Tisler with Bishvili on Leil Shei Shei with yoely, jrootradio.com.
Only Bishvili.
בבוקר קם אני ושואל מה מקומי, אנשים כולם שונים, איך למצוא את עצמי, על אדם לנצל המידות הכוחות שייחל לו בורא הנשמות. בבוקר קם אני ושואל מה מקומי, אנשים כולם שונים, איך למצוא את עצמי, על אדם לנצל המידות הכוחות שייחל לו בורא הנשמות. בטוח בליבי שיש לי תפקיד, העולם כולו כדאי לכל אחד מלבד, וכל שבחיי משלים אותי לעד. בשבילי אני עובד תמיד, בטוח בליבי שיש לי תפקיד, העולם כולו כדאי לכל אחד מלבד, וכל שבחיי משלים אותי לעד. אני מרגיש בתוכי שאמצא את דרכי, לכוון את עמלי, לממש את יכולתי, שימו את דבריי כל החי וראיי, וביחד תשירו אחריי. אני מרגיש בתוכי שאמצא את דרכי, לכוון את עמלי, לממש את יכולתי, שימו את דבריי כל החי וראיי, וביחד תשירו אחריי. בטוח בליבי שיש לי תפקיד, העולם כולו כדאי לכל אחד מלבד, וכל שבחיי משלים אותי לעד. בשבילי אני עובד תמיד, בטוח בליבי שיש לי תפקיד, העולם כולו כדאי לכל אחד מלבד, וכל שבחיי
Moishi Tischler, brand new
From?
Moishi Tischler.
You know what the name of the song is?
Only
Bishvili.
Because of us. Bishvili Nivra Haolam.
Bishvili is the name of the song, and that is the debut single of Moishi Tischler. And if you had the opportunity to watch him, he's at a wedding. He's full of energy. He's a great voice, and I think we're going to see a lot of things from him coming up in the near future.
Yep.
Can't wait. A lot of great Jewish music. By the way, first of all, a little bit later, we're going to be making contact with Mati Ilowitz. But before that, we have breaking news. Before Mati Ilowitz, of course, is going to have a great interview talking about Tufshin Ayin Ches, his new album, Tufshin Ayin Ches. We're going to talk to him about that. And some great stories, some great songs that he has on his album. So we're looking forward to that. However, in a few minutes, tell all your friends, all your family, we are going to be debuting the new Yaakov Shweki CD. Whoa. As far as I know,
No way.
this hasn't been played on any show.
You
yet.
have it?
And we have it.
No way.
The name of the album is Musica.
Musica?
Musica.
Stress the U, not musica.
Not musica.
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 The
Musica. It's
Israeli
Hebrew,
word
Hebrew.
to music.
It's Hebrew?
It's a Hebrew song. It's a Hebrew song, Musica.
So
And,
Nissim will help us translate.
Yeah. But I don't know if we're going to play Musica
But you know, I
tonight.
translate Bishvili. I don't know if you know. Translate Bishvili. It's only for me.
But I think-
But we're not. So we're not going to play that yet.
But I think it's very smart what you're doing. You're giving everyone a heads up because you better call all your friends.
Right. If you want to hear a track or maybe two of the new Yaakov Shweki CD,
No way.
so you should stay tuned to tonight's show coming up a little later. But before we do, we have to hear from our good friends at PAL.
Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Got myself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing. Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Get yourself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing.
Visit us at 2750 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn or call us at 718-975-9000.
718-975-9000 when you stop by or call. Make sure to say hello to A.B. Orelli and, of course, tell them you heard about them where? Right here on Leil Shei Shei with yoely. Are you a pal yet?
So you bought the new Yaakov Shweki album or you bought another album and you decide that you want to listen to it maybe on your iPod or, you put it on your iPod and you want to go out, you want to sit in quiet, get some good food and listen to some good music. Where would we suggest you go? To our dear friends
It's amazing
at-
how you were able to turn this into anything.
Isn't that
This
a talent?
is a talent.
It's a
Chaim,
talent.
Good.
We're good, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Our dear friend, you know why? Because food is good with everything.
Food goes with
You
everything.
know what I mean? What are you going to tell the guy? Oh, you could, 1 second? No. You could have said, take the Yaakov Shweki CD and stick it in your new.
Plaza.
Okay. But that was my thing. So let's go back to where we started before. Go to our dear friends at Nash Express for the best
Shulent.
wraps, barbecue, grill, chicken fingers in town. Go to our dear friends at Nash Express.
Yeah.
Can you do it again?
What?
Misada.
For
For the best chulent in town. 718-677-3600.
3600.
718-677-3600. 2817 Ostrand Avenue. When you walk in there, make sure you say hello to our dear friends. Number 1, Sharon, Rafi Naim, Ilana Naim, Chica the Boss,
Avi the Boss.
Avi the Boss, Moshe Ben Abu, Luigi, listen, who else?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, and all our good friends at Nash
All
Express.
the team over there.
All the team. We going to
Kol
say hello
HaTeam,
to all the team.
the whole team of Nash Express. And of course, make sure you told them when you go get your cholent now, when you go to Chico, say, Chico, do you know where I heard about you? On Leil Shei Shei with yoely.
There you go. So I believe it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night, the big event in Manhattan.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. So I'm not getting into, obviously we're not, this is a music show. And, but I just have to say where it's from. So
Right.
therefore, happens to be that Agudas Yisrael of America, one of the premier
movements in
Movement-
Klal Yisrael.
movements. Oh, movements.
It's not an organization.
It's a movement.
It's a movement.
It's a movement in time.
Started in Katowice 1996 years ago, with the Gedel Yisrael started.
So they had a
amazing.
beautiful dinner, and
honoring
Shlomo Werdiger
from
and,
who you know from Retsky.
from many different places.
Yeah, and Leil Nishmas,
Miss
Mr.
Mendy
Mendy
Klein.
Klein.
But they put together a beautiful video, and with the video came a beautiful song.
So could I give a big shout out
1 second.
before you play the video? To Yisrael Moshe ben Avram Abish Halevi, who's an agudist and an askin.
He's a big askin.
He's a big askin. Yisrael Moshe ben Avram Abish Halevi. I hope
Halevi.
you're listening. And if you're not, somebody in Shul, please tell them that he was mentioned.
There you go. So this song that they played, they had a beautiful video, obviously depicting what Aguda is and Aguda Achas.
Over the
But
years.
the song itself is a beautiful song about unity and how Klal Yisrael comes together, and how music, all the instruments are needed for the band to make the music sound beautiful. So too, every part of Klal Yisrael is needed to make the Klal Yisrael one. It's a beautiful song. I'm not going to give it away. So we're going to play it for you, and I want to give a big shout out to Rabbi Shai Markowitz for
From the Lefkowitz leadership.
Leaders Initiative.
Initiative, right.
Initiative.
Lefkowitz.
LLI.
Lefkowitz, right. Right.
So I want to give a
Shimon,
big shout out
to Shimon
I want to give a
Elazar.
big shout out to Rabbi Shai Markowitz. And this song is sung by the one and only Shlomo Simcha.
All right.
Composed by Shmuley Rosenberg.
Nice.
And lyrics are by Malka Leah Josephs.
Nice. Very nice.
I believe that it was recorded partially in DEG Studios.
I was hoping. I mean, if
Yeah,
you're
but
going to record it,
Yeah, I think so.
Donnie
And,
Gross.
but I think it was I think it was arranged by Shmuley Rosenberg also. Shmuley Rosenberg is an incredible arranger. So, are you ready for the movement in time?
I am ready for the
Happens to
movement
be,
in
did
time.
you hear the song?
Yes.
It's a beautiful song. So I think everybody should stop and think about these words. Shlomo Simcha does an incredible job.
Knocks it out of the park.
Here is a movement in time.
I lift my bow to play, but the melody just fades away. A tune can't come together on its own. Joined by flute so sweet, the horns give strength, drums that beat. Music isn't meant to stand alone. Challenge comes my way, but the resolution's far away. I can't solve this problem on my own. Now a movement stands alongside me to hold my hand, accomplishing what I can't do alone. We all band in unity, all our voices blend exquisitely, moving the world with harmony. Stand as one community, common goals bring opportunity to change the So lift your bows and play, let the music carry us away, raising us to heights we've never known. Stand up on your feet, scale each mountain to the beat. Klal Yisrael must not act alone. When challenge comes our way, together we won't be afraid. Agudo Achas never on our own. Now a movement stands, strength in numbers, time we spend, accomplishing what one can't do alone. We all band in unity, all our voices blend exquisitely, moving the world with harmony. Stand as one community, common goals bring opportunity to change the world and keep us free. We're a movement in time, and the time has come to join as one. Our movement moves mountains once too high. We're a movement in time, and the time has come for everyone to join us in our movement in time. We're a movement in time, and the time has come to join us one. Our movement moves mountains once too high. We're a movement in time, and the time has come for everyone to join us in our movement in time. Join us in our goodness. Movement in time.
A movement in time. What a gorgeous song.
He does such a beautiful job, Shlomo Simcha.
Shleima Simcha
Yeah.
Sofrin from Toronto, Canada.
Such a
Beautiful
talented-
song. That was the featured presentation at the Good Dinner this past Tuesday evening. And but beautiful song. So this great Jewish music, we present it to you here on Leil Shei Shei with yoely. So by the way, just moments away. First of all, Matti Ilowitz coming on in a few minutes to talk about the new CD, the new album, Tafshin Ayin Ches. Just moments away, we are going to be playing a track from the brand new Yaakov Shweki album, Muzika. So make
World
sure to
debut.
world debut.
You know, if anyone who's listening to the show realizes we're delaying a little bit because we
want
want
people to-
everybody. We don't want
As
a person.
far as I know,
Right.
it came out. It was released at 4:00 this afternoon. Wow. So this is
I mean,
fresh.
the stores are still stocking the shelves.
Right. The official release time.
So if you want to get it tonight, either you go to a store store quickly, you're gonna have to wait until tomorrow, or listen to Leil Shei Shei.
Or you could buy it online.
Oh, download it, right.
Today you could
Pay
download
for it.
Of course, only pay for it. We have a big, huge Mazel Tov announcement.
I can't wait.
What do you say? You sound so excited.
No, because this person is such a big fan of Leil Shei Shei and classic Nigunim. Such a big fan.
And I want to give a huge Mazel Tov
To
my dear sister and brother-in-law, Chani and Shaya Pinter.
Shai Yosef Pinter, as
Upon
I know,
the
is one
engagement-
of the biggest fans of Leil Shei Shei and classic Nigunim.
Upon the engagement of their dear son, Moshe, my nephew, Moshe Pinter.
Mazel Tov!
Got engaged this afternoon to Bela Cutler from Lakewood, New Jersey. And a big Mazel Tov to the Pinters, to the Baba and Zayda, the Cars.
Avram Pinter,
the Zayda, Avram Pinter. And
of course,
and
the uncles and aunts, Mazel Tov.
Yeah, and the Cutlers in Lakewood.
I always say in Yiddish, Mabruk.
Yeah, Yiddish, Mabruk.
Yiddish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, a few people asked me.
I want to say Mazel Tov too. I just came from Chatuna, I was a witness, Kiddushim witness.
Ooh.
And just said,
You an Ed?
Ed, yeah. To the Levi family and Cohen family, basically.
The
to-
Kohen and the Levium.
Yeah, yes.
And you were the Yisrael.
I'm Israel. I was
I'm Israel.
I'm Yisrael. So again, a big mazel tov to the Koyens, the Levis, and the Pinters.
yes.
And the Cutlers upon the big,
And the car.
big, and the cars. Of course, my dear parents should have a lot of nachas from this Einikel and all the Einiklach and all the Kinderlach Baruch Hashem.
Can't wait to be mishtatef in this simcha. Beautiful.
Yeah. Big.
Shai Yosef and his Rebbetzin.
So we're looking forward to
The
that.
ganze CSA,
CSA.
Countryside Acres,
Countryside Acres. You know why it's called Countryside Acres?
because it's on the side
It's
of
on the
Freeze.
side of Freeze.
Nice.
It's not Country Acres. At least that's what Mr. Levitan believes.
That's correct.
Anyway, are you ready?
You know what? Before I wasn't. Now I'm psyched up. I
Because
want to hear.
this is
I
a-
don't know which song you're playing. I don't.
Oh,
even,
but okay, so
Right,
I wasn't sure for which song I
fast,
should
slow.
play.
I don't even know. I
So
didn't
I
hear the
actually
album.
was on the phone with Yitzi Waldner this afternoon, the producer of the album.
No way.
Yes, a big,
Once again.
yeah, Yitzi's amazing. And
So we know that besides Yaakov coming out with a top-notch album, we know that he's going to have a top-notch producer,
Yitzi Waldner produced the album.
top of the line.
So, and we hope that, in the next, hopefully next week, we'll have Yaakov again. I'm not guaranteed. We're working on it. Yaakov is busy, after
This
putting.
is Chassidus season.
After
and
putting out an album, you got
Oh,
so.
yes.
So Mitzvah Hashem, we're hoping to get Yaakov on in the next week or two. However, no guarantees. We're going to try very hard to get him on, and then I think after that I go on summer camp break.
Whoa.
So we go to camp for a few weeks. We're going to disappear for a few weeks. And so, are you ready? Oh, so I wasn't sure. So when I was talking to Yitzi, he told me he could play the title track, Musica.
Right.
By the way, just that you know, Aleph Beis Gimel is on the album. It's 13 tracks.
You know, full
13
production,
tracks. So Aleph Beis Gimel is on there. So
which stands for.
Amunah B'tach and Gula. And
Right,
then, I don't know
Gula.
if you saw a while back, a few weeks ago, I think it was right before Pesach, or I don't know, there was a Mother's Dream.
Yeah, I saw
A
it.
beautiful song
With a video.
with a video, so that's also on this album. So besides for those two songs, there are 11 other brand new songs
So
on
11
this album.
songs that no one heard of.
No one heard yet,
Correct. Up until now.
up until now. So, at one point, he wasn't sure which one I should play, but at the end, he said, if I'm going to play only one song, which I don't know, maybe after Mati Ilowitz, we're going to play another song, but right now, we're going to play one song. We're going to start with the opening track of the brand new Yaakov Shweki. The name of the album is Musica. The name of the song is Netzach Yisrael. Here is, debuting on Leil Shei Shei with yoely, Yaakov Shweki.
Musica.
Netzach Yisrael. The first one.
Computer stuck.
Netzach Yisrael. Hey, Netzach Yisrael. Did we get Netzach Yisrael there?
Computer stuck.
Computer's stuck. There's Netzach Hu, the Netzach of the computer.
It looks like Netzach. No, look.
Go, we're going to go there.
It's computer stuck.
Uh-oh. Do we have Netzach Yisrael there? Meanwhile, this one is updated. Anyway, well, Nissim, do we got it? Still not. Anyway,
Second, let me just go from the other one.
we're going to go from the other one. We're going to go find it in the other one.
I go from here.
We're going to go from there. And here it is.
1 second, please.
Almost. It's almost there. By the way, here we go. Here's Netzach Yisrael from Yaakov.
Complicated. We just go down the street. But you guys always have such nice food. I'm always with my I'll live with you.
סלע בתוך ההר יכול להיסדק, חבל אשר נקשר יכול להתנתק. מה שכתוב על דף יכול להימחק, אבן בתוך חומה תוכל להתפורר, אבל עם ישראל חי כאן גם בתוך ההר יכול להיסדק חבל אשר נקשר יכול להתנתק ומה שכתוב בדף יכול להימחק אבן בתוך חומה תוכל להתפורר אבל עם ישראל חי לעולם אבל עם ישראל חי לעולם נצח ישראל לא לא ישקר כי עמנו כן נצח ישראל לא ישקר לא ישקר נצח ישראל לא לא ישקר כי עמנו כן נצח ישראל לא ישקר נצח ישראל לא לא ישקר כי עמנו כן נצח ישראל לא ישקר
Energy.
Brand new Yaakov Shweki, Netzach Yisrael. That comes off of that is the opening track, just released a few hours ago, Muzika, from Yaakov Shweki. So
Go ahead and buy it.
Go out and buy a great album. Talk about going out and buy it. There was an album that was released, I don't even know if it was 2 weeks ago.
But we know what year it was released in.
We know what year it was released. That's what we actually have to ask you, because that's very unique, very interesting, very original. Just a few weeks ago, released all over in all the stores and all over online, and great album. A album by Matti Ilowitz entitled Tufshin Ayin Ches. Matti Ilowitz, welcome to Leil Shei Shei with Yoely. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, how are you? Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure. This interview is long overdue. After your first album came out, I said, but it didn't work out. You're Kanai Nahara, you're busy. We really wanted a studio interview, but you're running to a simcha still to do, tonight. So we figured, let's just do this over the phone, because people they want to know what Matti Ilowitz is all about. Now, you're very, we interview a lot of singers, composers, arrangers. We've had them here, but you're like in an interesting, a little bit different, because you write, but I think you're also an amazing Yiddish lyricist. Your lyrics in Yiddish are just incredible. Anybody who understands Yiddish, even if you don't understand Yiddish, the songs that Matti writes touch your heart. And you sing, you batchen, you write, and you really bring something fresh to the Jewish music market. And again, I know it's a big Yiddish album, a real Hasidish album, but I think these type of albums, an album like this, can reach everybody, and anybody can enjoy the album, because music it reaches into your heart and soul. But let me ask you, Matti, when you started your career, how many years are you singing and batchening for at this point?
It's like, I would say, around 10 years now.
10 years. Wow.
A long time.
That is a long time. So you started. Was it that you started as a batchen and then you went into the singing, or was the which way did it go?
Okay, so actually I am a batchen officially, meaning I won't accept the chasana. I'm not into singing. I mean, I know how to sing, but usually I do batchunas.
Right.
And I like to do batchunas because I know how to write.
Right.
And lyrics is something that's in my soul. And if I can do that, I figured, you know what? Baruch Hashem gave me a voice, and He gave me the talent to write. Let's do both together. So I try to stick to batchunas.
Right, so you don't do you very rarely will you see Matilowitz on a bandstand doing a dance set.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it, but it's not my daily.
It's not your thing.
Stage.
So you work on an average. Your time of work is usually between 12 a.m. and 4 or 5 a.m. That's when you do your work.
Yes. But sometimes people have gramen, bar mitzvahs and dinners and other kinds of events.
Or the chusentish, the kabbalah spoon.
Chusentish,
Right, so I remember growing up a batchen with somebody that they would be at a mitzvah, say a few jokes. Either the Zamyaga can, either they were able to do batchunas and do grammar and rhymes, or they weren't able to. But it was like today, especially somebody like yourself, you brought it to the next level. I mean, I experienced for sure once, I think even twice, that I was at a mitzvah dance. Once I was there the whole time. You were by my brother's oldest daughter. You were the mitzvah. I don't know if you remember, but you.
The Yemen, yes, I remember.
So you did so you brought a lot of great. It was moving. It was funny. It was entertaining. And I mean, everything is on the spot, or you sit and write these lyrics like as it's beforehand. How's that work?
The honest answer is I have the talent of Hashem, so I can do it on the spot, technically. Right. But my personality is I'm very neat and very mesidah, so I like to be prepared. So usually I come very, very prepared.
Very
usually.
Good. Right. So, but it's not like a regular, singer that is going to a wedding and he sings the hot songs of the day. It's you. I mean, if you're doing a mitzvah dance 3, 4, 5 nights a week. And you need to know about the mechitten, about the yichus, and about it takes. So when that's what you're doing during the day is preparing for the night. I got it.
You have no idea. You have no idea what's going on. But I mean, when I walk into a hall, I know everybody's name, and I know the father's name, the mother's name, and the babas before the war, where they come from, what they eat for lunch, and where they work.
It's true.
True. I once spoke to a singer, and I asked him after the chasana, do you know the first name of that uncle? And he looks at me, I don't even know the name of the mechitten.
Right.
And I realized that, wow, it's such a difference.
100%. So the question here is, if Batchunis is really your forte, why put out music albums? I mean, you did Machshavas, which is incredible album, and now you did Tufshin and Ches. Why go down that route of? I mean, they say that an album is an expensive business card. So if you're a singer, it's a great. What I know there is a lot of batchunas and stories in what you're doing, but what was the thought of going and doing full albums?
Okay, so the answer is, and this is the real answer. The answer is that it's mamish l'toyves haklal. I have nothing out of it. Meaning, I don't sing, I don't do concerts. I really, most of the songs I can't even perform because it's long and deep and complicated songs. It's really l'toyves haklal. I saw that it's mamish, I have to fill the void. People are looking for chizik and minna, inspiration, and just good Yiddish real music. And I feel that I deliver something that's really unique. I mean, I composed everything, I wrote everything, and I sing everything. I think it's the only album out there in the Yiddish music. I think so.
No,
I might be wrong, but I feel... And
part.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
And after Machshavas, I realized that I was right. You have no idea. I can write mamish even more than one book of the feedback and compliment what people gave me. You have no idea. Menar ve'adzukim. People are just they're just so thirsty. They want the chizik and they want the inspiration. And I just felt that I have a chiyuv. I have mamish a chiyuv, a shlichus to do this.
To do this. So based on what you're telling me, a third album will be it's in the works already.
If I get the feedback, and yeah. I mean, I mamish, sometimes I cry when I see. I didn't even realize how strong a message is, but then when I hear back and people tell me whatever, it's amazing.
So, but it's very interesting because some of the stories that you do, they're popular stories, but then when you sing it, the story that you do, we'll go to Machshuvas, and then we're going to get into this album in a moment. But on Machshuvas, you do this story, the mother's eyes, the mama's Augen, about the mother that was blind, and the child was embarrassed of the mother, and it turns out that the mother gave her eyes to the child. I heard that story many times,
but it's still.
And for some reason, with the way you sing it, and when you put it down, it gives you the chills. It puts a tear into your eye. So it's very interesting that that you could take a song even if you know the punchline, and it still gives you that chizuk, because then you come with the nimshal and you explain what chizuk we could take out of it, and it's very powerful. So So that let's talk about, first of all, the name the name of the album. You call Tuf Shenai Ches. Everybody's going to know what year you put it out.
That's correct.
It's never going to be like, did it come out in 2016, 27, Tufshin Zion? We know it came out in Tufshin and Ches. What is the theme, Tufshin and Ches? Obviously, you named that. What is the theme behind naming it of the year? I know the first song has Tufshin and Ches, V'ish Moshe. And what is the theme of Tufshin and Ches?
Okay, so basically, let's go back to Machshuvas for a bit, because as an artist, I try to be unique and different. Right. Machshuvas, I think it's also very unique because Machshuvas wasn't about a particular track. It was about my bintel of Machshuvas. It was my
your thoughts.
Simply,
right.
It was a cipher, whatever, based on your divrei Torah. It was a CD of my thoughts, Mati Ilovich's Machshuvas. So I think that was unique. And originally I wanted to go in that direction, give it another name, or Machshuvas 2 or more Machshuvas. I even had, my hashtag was Second Thoughts.
Second thoughts, very good. Yeah, but second thoughts could be a negative. I had second thoughts about that.
But it was really funny and it was really catchy.
You had fun with it. Right.
So, but at the end, we were sitting in the studio, and I had a song, the Ish Moshe. It's based on that Moshe is Unav Moed. Actually, it's this week's parsha.
Oh, wow.
So Ish Moshe Unav Moed Mekal Udam. Right. And I'm explaining in the song that he's whatever. He looks at us and he's very impressed. So I wrote the song that Dafka Tufshinai Ches, that Moshe looks at us, Shnas Tufshinai Ches, and he's mamish impressed. And somebody in the studio got up and he said, "How about we name this CD Tufshinai Ches?" His name is Hershey Weinberger.
Hershey
Let's give a shout out.
Very good. Arranger. He's a composer. He does arrangements.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Recently, he released a lot of songs. So he gave me the idea, and for a few minutes, I was like, "1 second, that's catchy. It's good." So even though it's based on a specific song, but it's still, I think it's an excellent name.
100%. I thought when we saw it here, when we debuted it here 2 weeks ago, we were like, "Yeah, that's original. It's cute." And Chanan here does the classic Nagunim, so he all his songs, it has to be at least 10 years old. So we'll know when Tuf Shenai and Ches goes into the classics. It won't be a Shiloh. We'll know which year it came out. So that is the first track, is Vayish Moshe, is like you just explained, is Moshe looking at us in today's day, and that's what Tuf Shenai and Ches. That's the second track. It's funny. I was yesterday talking to a few people, and they were talking about, and he says, I heard an amazing story about the Tosher Rebbe. And he goes on to tell me the story that you sing in the second song, the Raya. The Raya is the row in the line, the seeds waiting in the line, which we'll talk about in a minute. And he goes on to tell me this exact story that you sing. And I asked him, I said, where do you get the story from? He said he heard it in I think maybe Leil Biderman. Is that possible? That it was Leil Biderman said it over?
Yes.
Oh, that's where you got this. And he just heard, so I said, you know what? Go get Mati Ilowitz's CD now, because you'll hear this song even more powerful the way Mati explains it. Did I? What is the? It's again a great message. So maybe fill us in. What is those that not necessarily understand Yiddish, but the message is still very powerful. What?
So yeah, I even wrote in the book that I heard this from Leil Shei Shei.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the story is basically there was to make a long story short, a Meshilach was standing in the Raya to go into the Tasher Rebbe and ask for an adova. And when Tasher Rebbe saw him, he was the first one in the row. And when Tasher Rebbe saw him, he told him to step aside and let somebody else come in before him, a Inge Manchik. And he was more older age, and he came such a long way from New York to Canada, and he was very, very upset, very, embarrassed. Like, I mean, I'm standing here since the morning, and I'm older than him. Why? Because he has money, and I'm poor. Anyway, obviously, you can understand his tzad. And after a few minutes, the Rebbe came back, and the Oishe left, the Nugget left, and he told this guy, "You can come in now." And he started to yell, "Rebbe, come on! I thought you're a tzaddik. I thought money doesn't make a difference. How come? Because he has money. He's a gemanshik. You let him go before me." The Rebbe didn't say anything. The Rebbe just takes an empty check, and he says, "I knew right away when I saw you. I knew that you're coming for an adova, and I realized I don't have anything. I don't have. You're the first one to come in. I don't have a penny. So I decided, in order for me to be able to give you money, I have to let an Oisher in before you.
And that was the
so only because I let him in, now you have an empty check. Do whatever you want."
What a great
story. And the
nimshal is so powerful.
And Mati, and you put it down afterwards. Everything that happens to us in life, we always have to realize that maybe Hashem's not skipping over us because he wants to skip over us. He skips over us because it's part of the plan to make it good for us. So,
and you have no idea. I was in a grocery last week, and somebody came over to me. He's an older bocher,
right.
And he came over to me with tears in his eyes because I'm explaining the nimshal is that some people don't have children, some of this. And one of the examples is about a bocher. He's older, and he's like the tzar. Hashem is skipping him, and the younger bocherim are getting engaged and married, and he's like stepping aside. And he told me with tears in his eyes. Wow. It's the first time somebody's thinking about me. Somebody's telling me that I'm standing here, but they have to go before me because there is a reason. I don't understand why, but it's the first time that I really have a nechumah.
Wow. You see, it was worth, just for that, it was probably worth putting out this album.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow. Like you said, you probably the album's not even out 2 weeks. Probably in 2 months from now, you'll be able to write a book already and all the great stories that you have.
And a matter of fact, after the CD came out, I found out who this Meshilach was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I heard this from Leil Shei Shei. I didn't dig into it. After this came out, now I'm starting to hear it happened to him. It happened to him.
Oh, it happened more.
Oh, it happened more than
one
person?
time.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
Somebody even told me yesterday that this Meshilach asked the Oisha to give him a ride home.
Okay.
And in the middle of the way, he takes out the empty check.
Yeah.
And you can imagine how the Oisha felt.
He's giving the Rebbe a check.
He's giving the Rebbe a check, and a few minutes later, the next guy gets it.
Wow.
So whatever. I don't know if it's whatever. Somebody told me this. But,
you know what? If you have a Munas Chachamim in the
That's
Rebbe,
it.
well, you think the Rebbe he doesn't need the money.
It's
such a powerful, beautiful.
Track 3, by the way, you say about not, track 3 is definitely going to be a dance song, even though you might not sing it on the dance floor. But I could say, I could imagine people, the wedding singing.
If he came a little bit early before the mitzvah time.
Aitiv, a great. I want people to get a feel. Nissim, we're going to do track 3, Aitiv. Nissim, track 3, Aitiv. And we'll be able to do that. People should get a feel about this track. And then we'll continue. We're with Mati Ilowitz talking about Tufshina and Ches, the brand new CD. And here is Aitiv. Mati will be back right after this.
The atu matu high time, the atu matu high time, we high time, is we I is his how we say. The atu matu high time, the atu matu high time, nicht nur einmal, nur auf zweimal high time, immer.
Haitiv Aitiv Imach, brand new. That's track 3 from the brand new Mati Ilowitz CD, Tufshin Ayin Ches. Mati, great song.
Yeah.
It's for sure being danced out tonight by Chasnas. This song has to be. So, Mitzvah Hashem. So, first of all, who did the arrangements of these on the album? Who did the?
I did everything by Naftula Moshe Schnitzler and his team. He has a very talented team over there.
Oh, wow.
And Baruch Hashem, it's mamish gewaldig.
Track 4, Aleph Bais, is a great song. Tell us a little bit about the song Aleph Bais.
So Aleph Bais is Naftula Moshe Schnitzler. He actually gave me the idea to make something out of the Aleph Bais. I remember at the first second I was like, "What do you mean by Aleph Bais? It's a kid's theme."
Right.
But I thought about the idea, and something great came up, and I actually decided to write it into Aleph Bais, like a yoytze, like Kayaludain and Aishes Chayil. It's based on Aleph Bais, Aleph Siltov, and every line is the next base, the next letter.
If you look in the book, you see that the first letter is bolded of every line.
Yes, so the whole song is about Aleph Bais, and it's written in the Aleph Bais way, and I even have in the middle 22 words that flows together, like inter blitze gegulis and whatever, and every word is the next Aleph, is the next Aleph Bais. So basically, it's more of a creative idea. It's a creation, basically.
Right, and that is also the theme. That's what keeps, that's the Yiddish Sprach, the Yiddish
so the
language.
high part, the chorus is Aleph Bais Gimel. I had a chasana last night actually, and the whole family begged me to sing Aleph Bais. They had a little boy. They wanted to give him a mitzvah dance, and he just started to learn Aleph Bais. And they came over to me that I should use this song for Aleph Bais, and the whole family sang along. When it came to the high part Aleph Bais, the whole family, the whole hall sang along. It was amazing.
That's very cool. Track 5, Bedel. So actually, we got a lot of requests. Last week we played Bedel because people requested it. We got requests to play it. And I said before we played it, I said, any father that took his 4 or 5-year-old kid to a grocery will appreciate this song.
Not grocery.
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 And it's so true. Every line in there. And I think this is something that everybody struggles with. Everybody, kids will be kids, and kids are active. Baruch Hashem, healthy kids are the way they are. But it's such a great message. The truth is, I don't know if I want to give it away, because the first time I heard the song, I was in the car and I was listening to it, and somebody else was in the car, and they were on the phone texting. I don't know, they weren't really listening, and then I started laughing by the punchline. And they were like, "What's going on?" I said, "You have to go back," and I made them listen to the whole song that they should understand. And then they also laughed by the punchline. But you should just remind me. I don't know if this is where you got your concept from, but there was a story. The Chavetz Chaim had a Talmud. I don't know. Is this where you? Is this where you got the idea from, or is it? The Chavetz Chaim had a Talmud. The Chavetz Chaim had a Talmud that was he needed a lot of TLC. He had to be told over everything hundreds of times till he chapped what we were talking to him. It was one of the bochim that were in Raden, And the Chofetz Chaim was a Kohen, and he was right. He would get angry, but he didn't want to get angry at the bucha. So he used to run out of the room and start screaming, "Sromeyer, but calm down, Sromeyer." So, so this reminded me of that story. The father was talking to himself that he should calm down and not get upset at the kid. So
wow, that's a good story actually, but
and that's going to be on the next.
I guess, yeah.
It's the same theme. It's the same idea, So how did this idea come to you with Beryl?
I read it somewhere, it must have been like 7-8 years ago, in a magazine, and it just hit me.
So you said this is a great thing. And you present, as we said, you present it well. It's written well, and even the whole story, it's with wit. It's entertaining. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's
poor grocery store owner.
It's a message for the parents, but even the little troublemakers, they get the idea as well.
Very good. This song talks to everybody.
Yeah.
Kiseh Oived, track 6. This song is probably my favorite on the album. The message here is so, I heard this, the Pusik Tisi Kiseh Oived Bakish Avdecha, and this medrash I never, and the way you sing the song and the message is so powerful that we don't I'll let you say it because you probably do a better job of it. But to me this song is so moving and so inspiring. So tell us a little bit about the song Kiseh Oived.
Yeah, the same here. When I saw that medrash, it just I remember I took. I can't even explain the emotions that I felt. It just explains to Itzik it just explains everything. And right away, this tania came into my head. And actually, working on this album, this was the first song that I chose. That I right away told Naftali Schnitzler, this song is number one.
Really? Wow.
And then we can pick more. But this is for sure going on the album. It's just an amazing composition.
It's a beautiful song. This song, again, people should go out and buy the album. As we say on the show, we want people to buy good Jewish music. If you want to get more of these type of albums, as we say it every week, every interview, buy the music, don't copy it, and I'm sure Mati, you will agree with that.
100%. Yeah.
Track 7, Schar Limit, is again another heart-wrenching story, which unfortunately, it's this story could happen, and I'm sure it did happen many times. But you see the Mesiras Nefesh of a mother, how she wanted her, didn't make a difference what she wanted to, she wanted the most important thing was she'll give everything in the world for her child to be able to learn Torah. And
it's a true story. It happened to Muncie.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Of course.
Oh,
yes,
wow. Yes. That's the mother goes and gives her ring that the kid shouldn't be thrown out of yeshiva for. It's just an amazing story. Amazing story, and we should learn. And you know what? The truth is, I think we should give this to all directors and administrators. The yeshiva should hear this story. I hope we're not starting.
Yeah. I didn't want to go there.
Okay, I did. You should just know, it reminds me of a story. A number of years ago, I was in the country. I was sitting on a porch of a bungalow, and this Yishalmi Yid walked in, and he tells me, he says, could you help me with the Schreckliche Matzav in Yerushalayim? I tell him, what's the Schreckliche Matzav in Yerushalayim? He tells me, my chasana, I'm making a chasana, and I need to buy my children a dira. I'm thinking to myself, that's a gefährliche. I said, and what's going to be with the gefährliche matzav here in New York? He looks at me, what's the gefährliche? I said, schar limud. He looked at me like I fell off the moon. I said, a kid, you know what a parent that has 5, 6, 7, 8 kids has to pay a year for tuition? But they don't know.
Yeah.
So again, but we do it that our children should be able to learn Torah, and we're going to take a short break. We're here with Mati. How much more time you have? Because we still have a few more songs we have to get into, so I want to know how to pick up the pace. How much more time you have? You have a few more minutes?
We're good. We're on time.
Good. We're on time. So we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back. We're here talking with Mati Ilowitz about the new CD, Tufshinai and Ches, and now we know that it's really Machshavas 2, even though it's not called Machshavas 2, it's Mati Ilowitz's thoughts and his that he put down on paper and in song, and So we're enjoying this conversation. Mati Ilowitz, we're going to come back right after this, and we'll have more with Mati Ilowitz with the new album Tufshin Ayin Ches.
Anywhere, anytime, for everyone. This is jrootradio.com.
You're listening to us on JRoot Radio, www.jrootradio.com. We're on the phone lines to listen to this show live, 712-432-4217. And, of course, we're proud to announce that the JRoot Worldwide Listen Live. For those who are United States of America, 720-787-1046. Artseinu Akdaisha, Eretz Yisrael, 079-574-2029. And, of course, England, 033-336-60106. So wherever you are in the world, Kamat, you can listen to the great programming of J Radio. And, of course, if you want to listen to the archive, 718-506-9099.
Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Got myself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing. Me and my pal say everything is fine, say everything is fine, say everything's alright. Get yourself a brand new car at Plaza, all leasing.
Visit us at 2750 Nostrand Avenue in Brooklyn, or call us at 718-975-9000.
718-975-9000. When you stop by or call, make sure to say hello to A.B. Orelli, and of course tell them you heard about them where? Right here on Leil Shei Shei with yoely. Are you a pal yet?
And now, the show you've all been waiting for. Only on jrootradio.com. Tens of thousands of listeners. Bringing you the very best in Jewish music. Leil Shei Shei with yoely. And here's your host, Yoely Carr.
And we are back. This interview is long overdue. I'm very excited. We made contact tonight with Mati Ilowitz talking about the new album Tufshin Ayin Ches. Really excited, really enjoying it. And we're, believe it or not, we're almost done talking about all the songs. But if you missed the first part, you definitely can listen to this Matzah Shabbos again when this gets replayed or on the archives. And you'll definitely get some great insight into this incredible album by Mati Ilowitz. So we're up to, Mati, you there?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
Gavaldik.
Where do you think he's going?
Listen, it's not Leil Shei
No,
Shei
we know
Thursday
the
night.
phone is ringing.
I don't know if you read the text, you know.
I can't, I don't have it.
No,
So
we
maybe
don't have
forward
text.
it to
So
me.
yeah, like this. Okay.
So
I'll
forward it to me so I can see it. And then, by the way, if anybody wants to send in a text message, a comment or question to Mati, 347-927-8398, 347-927-8398, track H, Shenishma, is, again, all these songs you compose yourself, right? Every song on the album is composed by yourself.
Everything is mine, yes.
Oh, wow. That is you know, and the different types of songs like we're talking about, the slow stories, the dance songs, even a nice a ballad, you know, that like a slow, regular, nice slow song, not a story, is amazing. Amazing to you know. So tell us a little bit about Shenishma.
So Shenishma is based on, I visited a sick person and I wanted to do something, you know, to cheer him up. And usually when you see a sad situation, usually a slow song comes to mind. But I wanted to do something more happy, but still it should have the tefillah and the, you know, and the emotions. So the word Shenishma ben Izmasa came to my mind.
Right.
And it says V'kabayt Nedechayni Ma'arba Kamfos. I took out the V'kabayt Nedechayni. I left Ma'arba Kamfos. That basically we should see B'Sidas Toivis the Shias and the Chumas Ma'arba Kamfos. Basically, it should be all over.
Well, from all four sides.
So that's inspiration.
Wow. By the way, one of our texters right here, the talent of Mati Ilowitz is unbelievable. He had me laughing at the song Beryl and in tears by Schar Limit. Every song is a real gem. keep bringing such beautiful music for Klal Yisrael and enjoy. For Klal Yisrael to enjoy.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Thank you.
It's from one of our listeners. If you want to send in a text, 347-927-8398. So that is, we just heard Shanishma. Track number 9, Alev Avecho. Obviously, and also is from Krishma, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not part of the stop stem.
Okay. Sorry.
So again, you're talking from the heart to the heart, that everything should be on a Yiddish heart, right? Is that the theme of the song?
The Vart is based on Remendel Lekatske. He asked, why does it say Voyadrumaila Bilvavech? What's Alavavech?
On your heart, right?
So Hashem says, you're not in the mood now. Don't worry, don't push it. Just put it on your heart, on top of it. When you have a good minute, you'll open your heart, it will just fall in.
Wow, that's gewaldig.
I saw that Vart and it just, wow, I was like, wow, I have to make a song on this.
It's very 100%, and that leads us to our final song, Celt. Celt is cold, and so there's also a story. What is the theme behind the story, Celt?
So Reb Shulam Shadran said the story. It was about the Godel, the Cheskel Abramsky,
right? And
he basically was in Siberia,
right?
And it was so cold, and he said, the Gemara says, Hakol b'day shemayim chitz mitzinim. That, cold is in our hands. And he said, Hashem, maybe everywhere else, but in Siberia, when it's so cold, I don't have a choice. It's also b'day shemayim. Only we can only survive if you help us. But basically, my nimshal is that we live in a situation, it's also a tufshinayin ches idea, that basically when in such a generation, it's so cold, everything is so freezing, and it's only b'day shemayim, only Hashem can help us.
That's 100%. We gotta. I can tell you one thing: you listen to an album like this, you're definitely gonna warm up, and you're definitely gonna get chizik. I want to take let's take a listen. We're gonna go to listen to track 2, Diraya. You have it there, track 2, Diraya. I don't know how it's in English over there. You have it, Nissim? And track 2, we're gonna take a listen to a little bit of the song, and then we're gonna come back and finish up on Mati Ilowitz and Diraya. It's the second track.
Diraya, okay.
Diraya. Here it is, track 2, Diraya. Here's track 2 from Mati Ilowitz.
Sein Herz ist viel mit Sorg, geiendig noch Geld, geklappt schon über ganz New York, in Kemat noch gut nicht zusammengestellt. Das Herz pluckt ihm, sein Chaver sucht ihm, fuhrt zum Toscher-Ebens Haus, beten soll von ihm, weil geholfen ihm, geht von dort an jeder Aros. Der Mischelig alt bereu schoi chasch, geholfen werden, aber will. Chabt auf Weg und kommt und kann Tosch. In Rebenzimmer ist Schar still. Jetzt ist noch still, du, bald wird viel, du. A Busche der Plan, beherrscht. Gei mich nicht schreien, man Platz nicht verlieren. Also ja rangai will ich berecht. Es läuft die Zeit, in Stieb wird viel. Endlich der Repräsentantier macht auf. Der Jid in Zimmer arangai will. Der Rebbe betracht ihm auf in Rauf. Das Herz rast ihm, wenn der Rebbe was. jinger man. Samoy khulvar norzi, in lasem erst daran. Dreht sich aus mit Schein. A jinger man schick rach gestellt. Von wo's darf ich mich ricken verein? Weil ich bin Urem und hat Geld. Kann es nicht bleiben, kann es nicht daheim, nicht genug Bisches in New York allein. Seht aus, als solche Ding kann darf ich doch nicht gehen. Na pur minit, adar ich gehen. Der Tier wird zurück an offenem. Dem Jingen nuget der Rebbe begleit. Rieft daran dem Schillig, dem Getroffenen. Will ihm erklären, soll hören, des Sibbe der Fall. Der Jid aber weidet, verschämt und beleidigt, nimmt sich Schreien von größt Zahl. Ich warte so lang, sie kommen heran. Der erste Reihe hab ich sich gestellt. Ich bin ein netterer Jid, in ein jinger Mann. Ich hab gemeint, als in Tosch wird mir nicht verloren für Geld. Der Rebbe still glaubte, a Riesenschim schraubte, in a Tschekel, wo's liegt dort ein leidiger Hai. In streckte Sahin, von dem Jid, wo schreit. Ich hab verstanden, von wo's die bist gekommen. Klar, wenn ich hab dir gesehen, beim Tier, in die sie können geben, lad ich es schienen. Hab ich gemisst, aber was mit keinem dem Krieg. Alleidigen Check, geht mir weg, geht dann die Schie, du die hast. Kur mit dem, wo sie haben, koide marang
Wow. To hear the rest of the song, you gotta go buy the album. Anyway, Mati, this is just incredible. A song after song after song. You know, different emotions, different feeling. I gotta ask you a question. I could probably guess what the answer is. What's your favorite song on the album?
So you know the answer. What's the answer?
Listen, the truth is, it's not like you bought songs from other people. Sometimes when you buy songs from other people, it's, you know, you have certain connection to certain songs at certain times. But here they're all your. Yossi Green said that every single one of his songs are his children. So these are but there has to be one or two songs that it was a certain moment when you composed it, and it was a certain feeling, and it was a certain thing that you had, like, and like that moment you'll never forget, right? I'm sure the song is that like a certain song comes with certain different song. I'm assuming at different times you're writing different types of songs, you know.
Yes,
so
that's sure.
It depends on your mood, whether you're writing a slow song like Diraya we just heard, or writing a song like a dance song. It has to be different moods.
Right.
So
What is it that puts you in a mood to write a slow song?
When do you write? Like, how does that? When do you get into that?
Like when you're sitting in traffic, what type of right? You want to get home, you're sitting in traffic. What type of song do you write then?
Okay, so usually people take traffic as an example. When you drive or whatever, usually it doesn't happen when you drive. By me, as an artist, it happens when I get inspired. Right. I can listen to a shir, Pekel over shir, and sit over there, and the Magachi would say something, and it will just hit me. And a tune will go into my head, and afterwards by Mincha, Bashal Shidus, I will just sit and be in a different world and just create something in my mind. Oh, wow. And, you know, sometimes I hear a story, let's say Deraya, you're talking about this song. Right. When I heard Miles Wittmann saying this story, I just made pause, and it was like, wow, 1 second. And I repeated the story in my head, and it starts, you know, afterwards I have to sit down and obviously make it complete. But It develops in my head. And sometimes a piece now, a piece then, the next file, this file, but it just happens to me. I get inspired. I see stuff differently. I hear stuff, I read stuff, and it just, that's how my brain works, I guess.
How does it work with when you're writing a song, let's say, a fast song, is it that you a tune comes first, or you have a concept of words of lyrics first, or even a song?
It depends. It depends, but usually, I'll give you an example. Haitiv Imach. It was Pasha's Vayishlach, whatever. I learned the Pasha, and I was so impressed of, it just made so much sense. Yaakov Avinu's tefillah that he's asking the Bashefer, like, I'm not asking you to do me a favor. I'm asking you to do what you said. The Atu Amatu, you said that.
Right.
So it was just so, you know what I mean? It's like we're asking Hashem, maybe I don't deserve it, but you know what? You promised me. You got to do it.
You got to deliver. You promised.
Yeah. So it's just so beautiful, right. And it just made such an impression in me. It's just how my brain works. I don't know how to explain it.
No. It's just interesting, that I'm telling you, we've had so many different composers here, and everybody has their thing. Like, Chana mentioned traffic, because I don't remember who it was, but one of the composers said that they have a recorder on the passenger seat, and when they get into a mood, they could be in driving and they stop banging on the steering wheel and record a tune. And then later, obviously, like you said, they develop it later. They go home when they get home, and they develop it, and then they make it into more of a into a full production.
Right. No, I have that a lot. So trust me. You want to see my phone and see how much I have recordings, but it's not just that. It's not just that I have a bored minute, and it sometimes it's even when I'm so busy.
Right. An inspiration will get you to sit down and write. 100%.
Yes. Then I have to sit down and fix it and make it complete. Yeah.
Right, but again, that inspiration will get you to the concept, and then obviously later comes the polishing and the fixing it up, and arrangements and tunes and changing the tune and everything that goes into but it probably
but sometimes it happens so fast. The EC happened in 5 minutes.
Wow,
are you serious?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
The EC. Okay, first of all, the EC is not Yiddish, so I didn't have to build anything. It was in front of my eyes.
Right.
But the whole tune just came into my head. Mamish 5 minutes.
Wow.
But you have to be in the mood. It has to be in the setting. I don't know. But Yiddish takes long because Yiddish, you have to write something from scratch.
Right. You have to have the concept and then build, and it has to rhyme, and it has to make sense.
It has to rhyme. It has to make sense with the tune, and then it's the whole build-up.
Right. And like the funny, let's say in Bedel, I'm assuming you chose the kid to be Bedel because it always rhymed with Kedel. Is that or Bedel came first?
Actually, it's so funny that you're mentioning that. It's the first time because actually I wanted to make it into a Bedel Shmedel.
Okay,
very good.
The father's name is Shmedel. No, the father's Bedel, but obviously he's talking to the son officially. The son is Shmedel. I wanted to make it into rhyme. No, my son's name is Shmedel. I'm Bedel, so it rhymes.
Right.
But I felt that Shmedel is not a popular name, and it will lose the
lose the geschmack, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but every stanza before you tells it how the Gruig Bedel always ends. The line before is always Kedel. Gets a Hakedel, right? So
Kedel, Mitzvedel,
Bedel. Anyway, Mati, I'm telling you, I'm really enjoying the album, and I think anybody will go and buy this album will enjoy it as well. And this is, this is the type of music we love presenting here on Leil Shei Shei. And I hope we'll get you on sooner again with Mitzvah Shem when we have
in the studio.
In the studio. We got that.
And do about live.
The truth is, I'll tell you the truth. I understand.
Our listeners want to see him also.
If I wouldn't have done this, tonight, Kanai is busy season. And if we wouldn't have been in the studio, we wouldn't have made it to the chasana. Where's tonight's chasana, if we may ask? Are you still heading to do
It's in Borough Park.
It's in Borough
Park. Okay.
Very good.
So if you want to see Mati tonight, check out every hall in Borough Park. I'm not telling you which hall, but let everyone know.
Anyway, Mati, this was a lot of fun. We got to do this again. And I just want to wish you a lot of mazel and mazel and brucha on this incredible album. We're really enjoying it here. And any final thoughts before we let you go?
First of all, thank you so much. And my final thought is that, everybody has a talent. Everybody has a hidden talent or not a hidden talent. Just use it. That's a gift from the Eibishter, and you have to use it. It's a chav to use it.
Amazing. Mati, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. And like we said, Mitzvah next time in the studio. And thank you so much. And a lot of mazel and brucha and etzlocha on this new incredible CD. We're going to end the interview with Ish Moshe.
The new Chatan and Kala.
And the new Chassan Kala that he's going to do mitzvah dance with for soon in a few minutes. Anyways, thank you, Mati. Here's Ish Moshe, opening track.
Ish Moshe uhunav ma'oid, der amod hat teure der amoid. Moshe allein, halt sich klein, kleiner wie Mikal Udam. Gonst de teure is der was geht, mitten beure is der was rät. Doch Moshe allein, halt sich klein, kleiner wie Mikal Udam. Moshe weiß ganz gibt's an Chashives, nie wusste Pshat fin asa anives. Nur Moshe betracht sich, a Cheshben macht sich, se nisch kan Kind alle meine Rahmen. Ich seh den beure Puhnen, Melpuhnen, kiek aber auf Mannen, den Eipuhnen. Die Deure so Asides, verloren jede Jides, oi wie schwer se tanz is an am Mannen. Ich seh den dort im Netz, sie brochen in zu Setz, ab Tinkelkeit, man ist sie's gefährlich. Tavis in Zures, Kasches in Astures, sie kostet blit sich, sie halten ehrlich. Auf Schien an ich es, ich stau mit Interesse, der Jiedele bleibt also getrei. Der versucht Moshe noch, ich gudel Hado, ich spiel mich kleiner gegen sei. Ist sie gewohnt, ins weg zu machen, als wir leben jetzt in Adora Schwachen. Hand klau ist schön wie Amor. In der Dor ist Mama ist das Ätzte. Ich trag sie mir, oi, wie das Emme. Gur als ein Kompliment ich nehme.
Wow.
That was
That's very good. You know what?
You got to go out and get the
First, it's a great album. You hear the stuff we played. It's a great album. You got everything on it. And you know what? I'll tell you something. I really enjoyed that interview. He was... he spoke, he explained it well. We got into some great behind the scenes of this album. People don't realize what goes into an album.
No. Hours. Usually, they tell us, how many thousands of songs they had to mull over.
Well, this is all his songs. That was the interesting
But
thing.
he had to write it.
And it's a serious bet, the Batchan.
Yeah. Right, that's another thing. Even though he's writing songs that are dance songs, and he says he's doing it because people want to hear. He happens to have a beautiful voice as well.
Yeah, he does.
He has an amazing voice. So that is Mati Ilowitz. And you know what? We still have a few minutes. I think we're gonna, I think also, that was a lot of fun. Again, Mati Ilowitz, Tov Shinai Ches.
Go ahead and get it.
Tuli Schnitzler production. Go ahead and get it.
It doesn't get better.
And I think also, we believe it or not, some people were requesting that they wanted to hear more of Yaakov Shwekey's new album.
You blame them?
I don't blame them. And hopefully we'll have him on in the next week or two. And I think we should do the title. We played before Netzach Yisrael.
Musica.
How do you pronounce? How would you say it, Nissim?
Musica.
Music. So are we gonna and we're gonna play Musica, and then we're gonna open the phone lines at 718-683-5858, 718-683-5858 if you want to say anything. Want to wish us good Shabbos. Want to
Wish happy birthday to DJ Yehuda.
Happy birthday, DJ Yehuda. 19 years old.
Nah.
I have no idea. Anyway, are we ready for...
He's 3 years with us.
3 years. Wow.
Where does time fly?
Time flies when you're having fun.
I said now is a shidduchim time.
That's it. He's available, by the way. Anyway, here is Musica from Yaakov Shwekey. It's now... No Musica. No Musica tonight.
No, one second. Look, that's crazy.
You go to the other side.
Okay.
Oh, and here we go.
הגיע לילה, כיבוי אורות, לשים בחושך את כל הצרות, ולחיות את הרגע ולא לחכות. לא רוצה הביתה, זה הזמן לרקוד, לאלוקים על הטוב להודות, ולחבר'ה שבאו לרקוד כל הכבוד. ומי שנכנס מרגיש את הבאס, והלב מזנק לתקרה. זו המוזיקה אותנו מדליקה, אלוקים בשמיים הכל יסתדר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מקפיצה, הלוואי שזה לא ייגמר. הגיע לילה, כיבוי אורות, לשים בחושך את כל הצרות, ולחיות את הרגע ולא לחכות. לא רוצה הביתה, זה הזמן לרקוד, לאלוקים על הטוב להודות, ולחבר'ה שבאו לרקוד כל הכבוד. ומי שנכנס מרגיש את הבאס, והלב מזנק לתקרה. זו המוזיקה אותנו מדליקה, אלוקים בשמיים הכל יסתדר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מקפיצה, הלוואי שזה לא ייגמר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מדליקה, אלוקים בשמיים הכל יסתדר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מקפיצה, הלוואי שזה לא ייגמר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מדליקה, אלוקים בשמיים הכל יסתדר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מקפיצה, הלוואי שזה לא ייגמר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מדליקה, אלוקים בשמיים הכל יסתדר. זו המוזיקה אותנו מקפיצה, הלוואי שזה לא ייגמר.
Musica! Brand new title track from Yaakov Shweki. And I hope, anyway. So we're opening the phone lines 718-683-5858, 718-683-5858. Let's get a little musica in the background while we take the phone calls. And let's see who we got on the air to say, you are on there, what is your name? You are on there, what is your name? Hello, you are on there, what's your name? Anyone home?
Going once.
No. Next, you are on there, what's your name? Hello? I hear someone. There they hung up. You are on there, what's your name? Wow, the phone's crashed.
I can't believe it.
They can't believe the phone's crashed.
Wow.
Anyway, what? You heard it. There you go. Anyway, what a great show. Mati Ilowitz really did a great interview with Mati Ilowitz. If you missed it, tune in Matzah Shabbos or get it from the archives and enjoy a great interview about the album Tufshin Ches. So the great, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with that.
An amazing album, really.
We have somebody who's calling? You're on there. What's your name?
Tully.
Tully, what do you want to say?
Good Shabbos.
To who?
to everybody.
It's Shabbos to everybody. What a great way to end the show.
Everybody and who listens to Leil Shei Shei.
There you go. Thank you so much, Tully. Anyway.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yochanan, thank you, Plaza, listening. Thank you, Nash Express. Thank you, Mati Yelowitz. Thank you to everybody. Once again, Mazel Tov to the Pinters. Moshe Pinter's a chassan.
Levy and Cohen.
And the Levy and Cohen family.
And the
Thank
car.
you. And there's Bobby and Zaidi Car. 100% Mazel Tov.
Thank
you, everybody. Enjoy the musica. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Enjoy the musica. And remember, always be besimcha.